Hey everybody, I'm Andrew from the Level Up Network, and I'm doing this because I want to talk about one of my favorite games of all time. I think a lot of people who watch our channel know what it is. It's Journey, and just today it was officially announced that it's coming over to the PS4 on July 21st, which is really, really exciting for me. As I said, this is a really special game for me. I don't remember when it came out. It's probably what, 2 or 3 or 4, maybe even years ago at this point. That game company was always one of my favorites. Moving up to that, starting with Flow and then with Flower. Flower especially was just a beautiful game. So Journey, when it was announced a year and a half before it came out or so, I was excited for the artistic direction and just Genova Chen doing another game. And that's the first thing I want to talk about is just how beautiful this game is. And Kristen, my wife, knows especially because over the past like year or so, she's gotten me several things for this room. One of them being to start off, upside down there, uh, this special edition print here, which is absolutely beautiful. I love this thing. You guys never get to see this, but it's up on the corner of the room, and the glare kind of makes it hard to see. But it's an awesome piece. And then just recently, with the vinyl sets, they released another print, which is another like 3 foot wide print that I haven't been able to hang up yet. But this thing is also absolutely beautiful, and you guys can't even see how beautiful it is. It has little sparkles in the sand, and it's just I can't wait to put this up on our wall here on the Level Up Network. So it's another piece of artwork from Journey. Even on my phone, I mean, for the last 3 years with the phone I had before this one and the phone I have now, I have a Journey background because I just love being reminded of the game and how beautiful it is from an artistic standpoint. But it's not just that. I kind of want to go back to when I first played Journey, and I think it was about a week after Journey came out. I don't know what was going on that first week. Had been looking forward to it for a long time, but I didn't get to play it. And then I came home from work or from school one day, and I sat down in the family room and I just put it on. Nobody else was home, and I played it from start to finish. And as I think a lot of you guys know, it's a very short game. I think that's kind of what's special about Journey is that you can finish it in one sitting. And I like that about it. I like that it's almost like a movie and that you get to experience it all at once, and it kind of just takes over your life in that moment. So I started off, and I knew about the whole kind of asymmetric or anonymous gameplay that they had going on there with the multiplayer. And very early into it, I found my partner, and just right off the bat, it was that's what brought me into the game. It's just this idea of talking with this anonymous person through these little chirps, and you become so connected in this simplistic way, and it's so powerful in that way. And then on top of that, right off the beginning, with Nascence by Austin Wintory, the guy who composed the music for the game, and eventually went on to be nominated for a Grammy for Journey. I think it's the first time that's ever happened that a video game score had been nominated for a Grammy. It's just that score, that musical score, just brought you into the atmosphere, this desert, but a beautiful desert. It's so minimalistic in not even just the story and how it's told through the environment, but also minimalistic in the gameplay, minimalistic in the artwork and the kind of cell shaded nature of the graphics. Everything pulled me in from the start. I love games like this one. So I went through probably, I don't want to spoil anything about the game because it is coming out on the 21st for people who haven't played it on PS4. So I don't want to spoil anything, but I will say that I went through becoming so invested in the story, so invested in the person that I was playing with that I didn't know. And then about maybe an hour and a half into it, suddenly my parents come home from like work and my brother as well, and they just kind of sit in the family room with me, and I kind of tell them like, please don't bother me, just let me finish this. I don't think I have that much left because I could tell I was getting close to the end. I could tell it was short, and I could tell it was leading up to that climax, and they did. They just kind of sat down, they did their own thing in the room, and then for people who have played the game, you know that final moment when it comes to that climax and the music starts at the end, Apotheosis by Austin Wintory, and you get above the clouds. And then suddenly I could sense like the entire room just like put down what they were doing, not just me. And they watched my parents, my brother, and I remember my brother just kind of whispering like under his breath, like, "Oh my God, I've got chills, dude." And I was the same way. The moment that music swells at the end of Journey, suddenly this lump formed in my throat, and that's never happened to me before in a video game. I've had moments where I've kind of come close to like tearing up, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII and whatnot, but this is the first time that I have been completely caught off guard by a video game. I was totally into the atmosphere and totally invested in what was going on, but I had no idea it was going to bring tears to my eyes just sheerly by all of the graphics at the end, and also the music, which is probably one of my favorite songs ever in a video game, Apotheosis, and I play it all the time at this point. But that moment is just something I don't think I'm ever going to forget. And I don't know if it's ever going to be something like that again in video games. I love these minimalistic games. Limbo is one of them, and now we've got No Man's Sky, and everybody's gone to the Rapture, and these kind of minimalistic storytelling, minimalistic artistic direction. But there's something about Journey specifically that just tugged at my heartstrings, and it may be that it's about so many different things for so many different people. It's about life, it's about death, it's about what comes after life and death, it's about legacy, history, moving on. It's different for every single person, and you connect with it in your own way because of the minimalism in the game. And then one extra special thing happened at the very, very end. And again, I don't want to go into too much detail, but when you get to the top, and I guess this person had played it before. I doubt it was his first time, but I went through the entire game with the same person, which I'm so lucky for. I'm so fortunate that I had the same partner throughout the entire game to connect with. And then we got to that final moment in the snow, and he drew a heart. And I just that was the cherry on top. I was just like, at that moment, so this is one of the best experiences of my life. And so many people will kind of get on that it's like an experience and it's not a game, because it is so simplistic as from a gameplay perspective. But it didn't at all matter to me in that moment. I was just like, this is something I'm never going to forget. This was a very, very special thing that happened right now. And I remember, too, that another reason it was so special is, as I was saying, my family was in the room watching me in that moment playing Journey. And then my dad, who never plays video games anymore, he played a little bit when I was like TurboGrafx when I was a kid. But he's like, I want to play this game. Like, I really want to play this game. Do you think I can play it? And at that point, I was like, you know what? Probably you could. You could play this game, because there's not much more to it besides walking around, chirping, trying to find your way through the environment. But you're just making your way through this story that's told through the environment. So that was one of the few games after that, like a month later or so, I got my dad together and we sat down. And over the course of like several days, we played through Journey together. So that's just another reason that the game is so special to me. So all I really want to say, as I said, I'm not really focusing on the comments right now, and I'm sorry for that. But all I want to say is, if you haven't played Journey yet, do yourself a favor. I don't know if it's going to be $10 or $15. It's free for people that had it digitally on PS3. You just got a cross-buy, which is awesome. Play this game, please, because it really is a very, very special game, and it's one of those things that only comes around every so often. And I remember it won several Game of the Year awards that year, and it was part of the zeitgeist in a cool way, because I think nobody kind of saw that coming, that this tiny little game from that game company was going to sweep so many Game of the Year awards, including IGN's. So please do it. When it comes out on the 21st, definitely check out Journey. It is one of my favorite games of all time, and it might be some of yours as well. So thank you so much for watching, guys. As always, I'll see you next time throughout the week. Take care and level up. Hey, Level Uppers. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to check out our other content, please do.
Like your favorite superhero podcast, Power Up, right here.
Or for everything PlayStation, it only does PlayStation right there.
For movies, television, and Netflix, check out the Lights Up Show down this way.
And for the latest episode of our gaming talk show, The Level Up Show, go right there. But most importantly, please don't forget to subscribe right there.
Nailed it.
We did it.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
Which one do you think they'll click on?
I think Level Up Show, obviously.
Hopefully, all of them.
It only does
Yeah.
PlayStation.
I would like if they watched them all, I think.
Lights Up is new, though. I think they should definitely check that out.
Lights Up's a new one. Power Up's always a
running
new
about
one.
7-8 seconds now.
Yeah.
We're
Well, you think they've clicked on something?
we're still here, so no.
I think they should.
We should
Did
give
you
them a little
Did
bit
you
more.
click on something?
Click on something, guys.
We need to go.
The hell are you?
I'm going to give it
waiting
3
for?
seconds.
Watch
We have
all
things
of
to
that.
do.
3,
Just click.
Stare them down. Stare them down until they do it.
1.
Ah!